All right, cool. Let's talk about cutting phase. Now, everybody's been emailing me, hitting me up on Facebook, hitting up my phone, saying, "Oh, hey, Eric, how do you do a cut? How do you do a cut? So that I can look shredded for the beach, I can look shredded for the pool, or whatever the goal is at the time." So this is Eric Salas's cutting phase itself. This is the basis of it. Now, I want you to keep in mind that this is my plan. This is what I do. So you need to actually tailor all the variables so that you can develop your own cutting phase, but this is the basis of it. This is where I get my numbers from, and then I play with them and see what is actually going to work for my height, my weight, your gender, your body fat percentage at a certain time. Those are all different kinds of variables that you have to play with, and you have to tailor it to your own system. Now, this is going to be for the male aspect of it. I'll make another video for the females later, but this is the male cutting phase. So that, most bros out there know, we all know how to work out, but we just don't know how to schedule our nutrition so that we achieve the body that we want in the end. So this is just my plan for the diet nutrition for a cutting phase. Now, something I do want to touch on is that I'm never going to walk around at a high percent of body fat. I'm never going to be up 15, 20%. I'm always going to stick around about 10 to 12 because I want to lead by example. Now, if you want to claim that you're a bodybuilder, or you want to claim that you're in the fitness world, you should be around, a sub 15% level, because that is where you make your money. That is where you look the best. That's where you look normal, per se. Now, when you go sub 10, that's when you start getting shredded. That's when you start, once you get to about 8, 7, 6, then you start being like magazine cover material. That it gets to the extreme where you're actually, scheduling out every single little calorie that you got. And, that's not really what I'm trying to get you to do. I'm trying to get you to look shredded but normal at the same time, and something that you can actually achieve and keep around for a long period of time. So I got a couple notes here, and this is just going to keep me on track. The first thing that you're going to do for any cutting plan is you have to know what is going to actually make you do the cut itself. I'm talking about calorie expenditure, whether it be a rest day or a workout day. So there's two ways to create a calorie deficit. So first way is you're going to increase your calorie expenditure, which is going to be your cardio. It's going to be your lifting weights, biking, hiking, anything you want with the ing on the end. I don't care. It really doesn't matter to me what you do, but it's going to create that calorie deficit, or increase your calorie expenditure so that you create the deficit in the long run. Second way that you need to do it is you need to decrease your caloric intake, as in your nutrition. You need to cut the calories that you get into your body so that it stays in a starvation mode, because essentially what we want to do is we want to trick our system into starving itself, but getting the energy from the fat that we have on our body. We want to get rid of the rolls. We want to have our arms be, defined and ripped on a chest. You can't have that with fat all over your body. So you want to trick your brain into eating away the fat on your body, not the muscle. The first way you're going to do that is to get the proper protein intake. Now, proper protein intake is going to be about 1.5 grams to 2 grams per pound of body weight for you and for me, for anybody to be in a cutting phase. The reason I say that is because when you're on a calorie deficit, your body is going to want to lean out your entire body, not just the fat that's on your body. It's going to want to lean out everything at once because it doesn't know what you're doing. You only know what you're doing, but the body doesn't know. So you need to have a high protein intake so that it doesn't eat away at the muscle first and it eats away at the fat first. That's the first thing. Now, you can even go as low as 1 gram per body weight, but then you're getting to the point where you're relying on protein for energy, and you don't want to get to that state. So stay around 1.5 to 2 grams of per pound of body weight for your protein intake. Now, the next thing is going to be where you make your money. Where you make your money is going to be your carbohydrate intake. Now you got the Atkins diet, and you have all these low carb diets that have come out that say, oh, carbs are bad, carbs are bad, stay away from carbs. You don't need to listen to that because it's not necessarily true. If you want to do a yo-yo diet, then yeah, sure, go ahead and throw out all the carbs. I don't know how you're going to do it because I personally can't even function on carbohydrate or low carbohydrate diets. It's insane for me. Like, I can't think straight. I have no energy, and I'm irritable. I want to snap on everybody and start wringing people's necks. So you want to stay around 1 gram per pound of body weight. Yeah. So say for me, I'm 165 pounds. I'm going to stick around 160 to 180 grams of carbohydrates every day, depending on what my actual workout will be that day. Say I'm doing a full body craziness, workout, and I might even boost it up to 250, something like that. But it's going to be depending on what my actual workout is that day, because all the carbohydrates you're going to do is they're going to fuel your workouts and fuel your recovery afterwards, because you need carbohydrates for recovery. Those are the main purposes of carbohydrates, is to give you energy and give you energy for recovery and restore those glycogen levels that are in your muscles so that you can work out the next day. Now, it's going to be around 1 gram. Now, on a rest day, you want to cut that down because you're not doing anything. So cut that down to about 0.5, so only half of your body weight. So for me, it's going to be less than 100 grams of carbohydrates. But since I'm sitting in my butt, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect me much. So from there, you're going to go to your fat intake. Now, fat intake is very, very important when you're on a low carbohydrate diet like you're going to be on for this cutting plan. Now, you want to take your body weight per pound and you're going to multiply that by either 0.25 or 0.20. The reason I say this is because you need those fats to augment your low carbohydrate portion and to give you that energy and actually fuel your workouts there too, because that's not where your body's not going to take muscle away if it has energy sources, and those fats are going to give you quick energy sources, and it's going to actually help you lubricate your joints, and it's going to give you those vitamins and nutrients that you're not getting otherwise, that you sometimes can't get from your other sources. But you get a lot of your fats from your protein that you're going to take in, and you get a lot of your fat from, like, avocados and almonds are the staples in my diet. I use those for everything. If I'm eating a wrap, it's on my wrap. If I'm eating a salad, almonds are in my salad. If I'm driving in my car, almonds are in the backseat of my car. The next time you get in the backseat of my car, you can look, and I guarantee there's going to be almonds there. I mean, I got my car broken into a couple months ago, and I was pissed off because they took my habanero barbecue almonds, and I don't know what they did with them, but they're amazing, and I ate them all the time, and I didn't have them in my car. I was pissed. But that's another story. And let's talk about how you're actually going to schedule your meals out. The easiest way to get these crazy macronutrient numbers into your body is to schedule about 5 or 6 meals. And when I say meals, it can be a protein shake, it could be a solid food intake meal. So what I do is, as soon as I get up in the morning, I make a protein shake, anywhere from 30 to 50 grams of protein. And this is going to be whey and it's going to be casein protein together, because they're going to be digested in different ways. That whey protein is 100% bioavailable, and it's broken down most of the time, and it's going to get into your bloodstream within 15-20 minutes, in and out as soon as possible. It's going to stop you from losing any muscle mass from being in a resting stage, in your break fast from overnight. That's why it's called breakfast, is you're breaking that fast overnight. So you want to get that into your system. Now, the extra 10 or 20 grams of casein that I'm actually putting into my body is because I want a slow digesting protein to keep my amino acid state in my blood level stable the entire time. So I'm always in a muscle preservation or muscle building state, which muscle building during a cutting phase is kind of crazy, but I'm always saving my muscles, not going anywhere. Now, the other 3 meals that I'm taking in, 3 or 4 meals, it's going to be scheduled out about 2 to 4 hours in between, depending on what's going on. So I have that protein shake. About 2 hours after that, I'm eating 2 yogurts or something like that, just to get some more protein in. It's gonna be Greek yogurt. Just get more protein in, get a couple sugars, some simple sugars, so get my carbohydrates as well, and fuel me so that I'm alive during the day. Then I'm having probably about 2 lunches. Each one of those lunches is gonna be 40 to 50 grams of protein, 40 to 50 grams of carbohydrates, a little bit of fat as well, so that once I get to the afternoon, I have fuel for my workouts. That's the biggest thing. You have to work out. You have to be, while you're in this cutting phase, you have to be in a preservation state, and you have to be working out. So you have to fuel those. Now, after my workout, I'm the type of person that I don't really feel right drinking a protein shake right afterwards. I just don't. I don't want that. I want a solid meal food. I want solid food in my stomach. So I actually eat right afterwards. I don't have a protein shake. And then 3 or 4 hours after that, right before I go to bed, I have another protein shake consisting of about 30 grams of whey protein to make sure I'm still in a muscle building phase. And then I have another 10 to 20 grams of whey protein so that it stays in my system throughout the night, or at least throughout the next 4 to 6 hours, however long I plan on sleeping that night. Now, this is what I do for my plan. Everything's going to be, like I said, according to you and the variables for your system. But this is what works for me. So you're going to have to do a little bit of play work and see what works for you. And I guarantee you, if you start weighing out your food, plan your macros out, you're going to see a humongous change within the first 2 or 3 weeks. You're going to feel better. You're going to see that change. You'll start seeing abs. You'll start seeing your arms actually be defined and cut. You're going to see a change because nutrition is pretty much 80 to 90% of this game. You can work out all you want. You can do whatever you want. You can do hours on a treadmill. You can do a bunch of stupid lifting weights all day long. You can not have any rest days. But I guarantee you, if you have a set regime of working out, and you have a very stable diet, you're going to achieve your goals. And that's what this whole cutting phase is about, is achieving the goal that you want. And the goal is always to get shredded. So that's my little spiel. Thanks for watching.